but for our purposes this means that the only way for us to hunt shiny Scizor with a ZA origin mark is to evolve it from Scyther, similar to how we did it in most other games. Without our hypothetical Scizor pocket dimension of hyperspace Lumiose to hunt in, hypothetical Scizor pocket dimension of hyperspace Lumiose to hunt in,
hypothetical Scizor pocket dimension of hyperspace Lumiose to hunt in.
Yeah, so there's a hypothetical Scizor pocket dimension of hyperspace Lumiose for us to hunt in. Now I may be a bit late to the party with regards to hunting in Mega Dimension, but that just means the trail to shiny hunting as effectively as possible in this DLC has already been blazed. The main method for shiny hunting in hyperspace is via Ansha's Donuts. Very similar to sandwiches in the Paldea region, these will grant various boosts depending on their flavor scores. Unlike Paldea's deterministic sandwich making, Ansha likes to add a sprinkling of RNG to her recipes, so even two donuts baked with the exact same berries can have completely different powers at different strengths. So as our first step to shiny hunting in the DLC, we'll gather hyperspace berries and look to make a sour donut. Item power causes the game to enormously favor items from a certain pool when breaking the hologram Pokeballs scattered throughout hyperspace, with big haul power increasing the number of items obtained. And by saving in front of the Pokeballs, we'll make sure to get many hyperspace Tanga and hyperspace Haban berries. These berries are the sweetest in hyperspace, and will be key to making a donut that's as sweet as possible, which gives us access to the Alpha and Sparkling powers. Alpha power is new to Legends ZA, and as one might expect, increases the spawn rate of Alpha Pokemon from the default 1% all throughout hyperspace, up to 11% at level 1, 21% at level 2, and finally 51% at level 3. As it did in Paldea, Sparkling Power gives us one additional shiny roll for each level, giving us up to 7 shiny rolls when combined with the 1 normal roll and the 3 from the shiny charm. When maxed out at level 3, however, it also gives us a guaranteed shiny on the first Pokemon of that type that spawns in a given distortion. For a single target hunt, making a specific Sparkling Power donut is often the most difficult part. If Ansha even deigns to bless us with level 3, it's a complete toss-up as to which type it will affect. By flying to a Pokemon Center before we get baking, we can remake the same donut over and over again using the backup save feature, hoping we get Sparkling Power and Alpha Power at level 3, and then hoping we roll the 2 and 19 to either receive Sparkling Power Bug or Sparkling Power all types. But compared to the nearly 40,000 encounters it took for my last shiny Alpha Scyther, it would be pretty dull for me to use the backup save feature to constantly re-enter this hyperspace distortion until we happened upon a shiny Alpha Scyther and then just immediately leave. Instead, I want to get the entire shiny Alpha Scyther line in a single distortion. The way spawners in this pocket of hyperspace seem to be set up is that they will either be entirely Scyther, 80% Scyther and 20% Scizor, or 80% Scyther and 20% Kleavor. Where these Scizor and Kleavor enabled spawners wind up is entirely up to chance, but each time we enter there is always at least one spawner with Kleavor and one with Scizor. With our Sparkling Power 3 donut equipped, the first Pokemon that spawns in will always be shiny, and has a 51% chance to be an Alpha from our Alpha power. If the spawner that appears at the entrance happens to have Scizor or Kleavor, that gives us a 10.2% chance of finding one of our 3 shiny Alphas right off the bat. Shiny Scyther at the entrance is a much more common sight, as not only are some spawners entirely unable to spawn its evolutions, but even the ones that can spawn them are still 80% Scyther regardless. I figure we'll have plenty of occasions to see shiny Alpha Scyther in this particular distortion, and so we'll reroll past them until we get our entrance shiny to be either Alpha Scizor or Alpha Kleavor. Okay. So, apparently it's just that easy. With our one Get Out of Shiny Hunting free card used up, our other 2 will require a more traditional ZA shiny hunt, by which I mean despawning and respawning the Pokemon over and over until the one we want shows up. While we could do this by flying to the entrance of the distortion over and over, there's a few issues for that. First, the 2 Kleavor spawners in this distortion are inside and on top of the Passage du Palais, so I'm not confident that we would get new Kleavor spawns where we end up flying to. Secondly, the Scyther line is aggressive, and Alphas especially so. Every time we fly to the entrance, it's a near certainty that at least one of them is looking our way, and will immediately spot us and shut off our ability to fast travel until they give up the chase. Finally, flying to the entrance automatically saves the game, and with Hoopa on a timer to keep the distortion open, we want to avoid saving so we have as much time as possible for a new shiny alpha to spawn between resets. So instead of flying back to the museum, we can instead position ourselves at one end of the mall roof, which has just enough length to despawn and respawn the Scyther and Cleavor up here. This isn't enough distance to hunt the Cleavor spawner inside the mall or the Scyther only spawners around the edge, but with both of our targets available from this path, we can get to hunting. We have a shiny alpha. If only that was an alpha too, that would have been... Well, that maybe would have been too easy. That probably wasn't spawned in when we entered, so it'll probably be too far gone when we reset back to the autosave, but that is really funny that we just immediately got another shiny. Oh, there's another shiny Scyther, non-alpha. Oh, there's another. We've failed like 3 coin flips in a row now. For there to be a shiny alpha Scyther. Oh. There's our second shiny alpha. Nice. All right, that's the one we figured we would get second. And so now it is just a matter of getting shiny alpha Cleavor. So there's a second shiny alpha Scyther, but I don't know if I want to save. Because not only does that reduce the number of Cleavor we can see each time we run away, but it also, it's pretty heavily reducing the amount of time we have per reset. And to catch all 3 of them. So I don't think I'm going to keep this second shiny alpha. If it were earlier in the donut, and maybe it was and I just wasn't paying attention and it spawned earlier, and I just thought it was the first one. Anyway. Another non-alpha shiny Scyther. Oh. folks. It's happened again. I think this is the exact same situation. Where the one right next to it became shiny.
Now hold on. I went to the settings. Timed messages in chat. Choose how often the bot should promote your page. It's set to never. I don't think it knows what never means.
Oh, well, it was never 3 minutes ago.
You know, fair enough. Like, you know.
Comes around every
I'm sure it'll
so
pop
never.
up again. I pressed saves. I like changed it.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
this is the third shiny alpha Scyther.
oh my god.
Amazing.
Ooh, depending between worlds and NAIC. That's a difficult question. Like I don't know which one I would choose, cause like
I mean, we still have no idea when Pokemon XP tickets are even going on sale.
no, that's like that's
they were
a
like,
big
oh,
factor too.
these'll go on sale. Like it was like somewhere in fall.
September.
And, yeah, like
Yeah.
September, and then they were like,
The
actually,
day before
no.
they were like,
I think they realized like they weren't immune to scalpers. But hey,
no, because
Another
they were just it was just gonna be a
non-alpha
first
Scyther.
come first serve kind of deal, and it was like, that's not gonna be very good. Yeah, it is nice that NAIC is still gonna be at the same location this year, though.
yeah, they
So.
do contracts. Oh, there's a shiny alpha Scyther down here with the entrance shiny alpha Scizor.
Are you kidding me?
Amazing.
There's no way. Yeah, Jocho. Yeah. It should be. You know, hopefully things go better this year. No, NAC was very fun. But I also really enjoyed Worlds. And also, Worlds is in a really cool location this next year, or I guess this year. It is 2026, so it is this year. So the Japanese text is slightly faster, and then also I didn't want to reset any of my English files because they're all like in use for other things, except for like one. Because like I have my first Heart Gold, that's like my original one. That one I'm never resetting. It still has my original save file from 2010. And then yeah, I know can like back them up. Like I do have the capability. I didn't want to do it.
Yo, shiny
I
alpha
figured I
Kleavor
have the Japanese.
on
No
the last
way.
go around of the night.
Yes. Well, we're gonna pull up your stream now.
Saw that straight
Maybe,
away.
if it lets me. No, it's not straight away. That is sick.
How do I get them all in one photo?
Yeah, well, good luck.
Let me see if Kleavor will follow me off the roof.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe it'll follow you. I don't know, though, because, like, I feel like normally the ones that don't fly won't follow you, but there are some exceptions. Like, Absol, I know, will follow you off the roof.
Barely wants to follow me off of that spot.
Like, I was gonna come back to streaming at, like, the end of November, beginning of December, and then, I got real sick. And I got laryngitis, so I couldn't speak. It was rough. Man, I love how Cleavor runs. It's so goofy. It's like a semi-Naruto run. I feel like SOS is also so much more of a gamble. Because isn't it like it's a pretty low percentage to have
I think it caps
ability,
out
isn't
at
it?
like 30% after like a chain of 30.
Finally decided to pull your stream up on my PC instead of my phone.
Nope. Nope.
Which make a good decision. Challenge level impossible.
There we go. Cleavor, Stone Axe that guy. Cleavor, I forgot you can't fly and you're being completely outranged by this guy.
What is happening?
Got him.
Bop.
And on to the last.
Gotta get the bonus ball.
Bonus ball. It was right there.
Or as I like to call it, the biggie ball.
Alright, seeing two alphas shiny Scyther or Scizor just there did actually break my brain for a second.
Where did you come from? I do like how shiny alphas are basically a guaranteed catch. Not all the time, but basically. So Hypex, right now we're watching Toast catch the Alpha Scizor. He already checked off a bingo square. Like, what the
Let's
heck,
go.
man? What the Sigma? As some may say.
And I get the bonus ball.
Yippee! Oh, there's lots of berries in there for you.
Caught it in that level ball that I couldn't catch it in Galar. Broke out of every single rare ball that I had for it. Those rare balls are from the Palkia video when I was just trying to get the Sport and the Safari ball. Ended up making like half a dozen.
Scam-o-matic.
Yeah, other Cramomatic Apricorn Pokeballs.
Oh, the Cramomatic.
What'd they do to... They're like, hey, let's all stand on one side of the bench and not tell Scyther.
Not till Scyther.
That's a good angle. Family picture. Nope. Cleavor hates me.
Bro just left. Oh, and there goes
Yeah, gotta get back up for the... There we go.
Yep. Hit him with the fisheye.
And then Pain is also here. Yeah,
Bro
this,
thinks he's part of the team.
so nearly 40,000 encounters versus one donut.